a shed update, and I only broke one model while I was unloading the attic of the Ark. I actually broke the Earth Alliance cruiser. Broke the tip of it off. Nah, that's alright. We'll glue that back on, get it ready. But I did find a model kit that I forgot I built. This is a 1/35 scale Wolverine tank. This is as seen in the animated TV show G.I. Joe, and that's all scratch built with styrene and I think some Abram parts on there. But anyway, I was always trying to build the odd tanks, didn't really care to build everything that was offered in the kit world. And anyway, that's just one of those that was fun and unique, and not many people know what that is. But anyway, the Ark itself, I basically been at this all morning, and I went ahead and I cleaned out the back of the Ark upstairs. I cleaned out the front of the Ark upstairs. So let me climb up here, and the only thing that's left up here are models, which is what we are going to do. There's a couple totes of books which I'm going to unload up here, and we're going to have a little library section. And the Guardians of the Ark, we're going to have the Ninja Storm Power Ranger, and we're going to have the Wild Force Red Ranger up here, as well as the R2 unit. I want to repaint the R2, and if ever time permits, I want to paint him a different color, because I just love R2, but he needs to be a different droid for the Ark, not R2. And the reason I painted him R2 is he went on display at several places, and a lot of people don't know that other R2 units, they only recognize R2. But anyway, so anyway, I got what I got up here. My back is killing me, but anyway, we got metal figures from like war games, so we'll put that on the shelf. Once we get there, we're gonna have some more cars up here. That's pretty much a display, which we'll figure that out. But anyway, the walls, if you look right here at the tallest point, it's an 8-foot ceiling, but see, it starts slanting, so I'm only going to have room for 3 shelves. And my little mark right here, if you can see it, that's actually 5 foot to the ground. So we're going to have one at 5, about one right there, and then one about 18-20 inches off the floor. So I'm going to be able to put maybe a tote or something in there if I don't. I want to have to go through the parts and redo some of those as well. But anyway, I want to start up here and put 3 shelves, and then I want to put shelves right about here to the door, which I'm going to have to, and I'm going to have to do this first thing. I got to put a railing right through here, because man, this is a trap door. You'll bust your ass if you're not careful. But the shelves are going to probably stop about maybe right about here, and then this part will probably be a walkway, and then we'll start again with the shelf. Of course, 3 shelves, 3 shelves, and 3 shelves. But anyway, so that's the game plan. I'm going to probably start that tomorrow morning, because we're supposed to have like 95% humidity today, and that's pretty much it for me working in the Ark today. But anyway, let me get down here so I don't bust my ass. Everyone, let's stand in front of the air conditioner. So the Ark II actually moved. I did quite a lot in almost 3 hours, and that was all my totes in here. But anyway, I had to clean out the construction worker guy's stuff, and I had to leave the saw in here. But anyway, I got everything pretty much separated. On this side's Star Wars, Star Trek, Power Rangers, Star Wars, Thundercats, He-Man, you name it, it's on this side. And up on top, we're going to start doing the figures. And I do love my action figures. And that's going to start with Star Wars. And then we'll, if you see the little cases, them are Mask, Dino Riders, everything. Then we're going to go to the Doctor Who. Probably should open a few things, but that's just me. We're going to do a vintage Doctor Who. We're going to do, so we probably need to get a couple more totes and all that. And there's a lot of figures like Akira, you know, everyone knows Robotech, you know, stuff like that. But anyway, I broke my golden rule. Model kits were supposed to be in the Ark, but I had to move them over here because I just wanted the room to, before, I didn't want to pile a bunch of stuff and then have to, you know, work around it. So I just put it here. There's actually 1, 2, 3, I think 4 totes of maybe 5 model kits. But anyway, we'll fix that once we get there. Anything. But I wanted to show everyone. I did built this many years ago. This is the Voyager kit when it came out, and I like the concept art of the swept nacelles that go down like that. I thought that was always pretty slick, so I built it that way. You can tell you know, age and weather's taking toll on it, but anyway, I thought that was a unique design. Even filled in the front end of the ship there where it's recessed on Voyager, but I thought that design was pretty slick in the concept. Anyway, that's just one of those things. But anyway, on to the toy art. Again, my little Guardians, they are going to line up that way. Had to put, you know, Grayskull, Snake Mountain, Shiva's Castle, Ghostbusters Castle, a lot of Big Joe stuff in here. And many years ago, the Glamour Girls came out. They were basically 3 3/4 Joe version for girls to play with, and they came out with a ocean liner, and I always wanted it, but it was so high, and I really didn't want, you know, just never could get it. 20 years later, I found one, and basically a couple years after that, I found another one at a thrift shop. So I thought that was just that. I think it goes well with Joe, and there's actually a episode of G.I. Joe where they actually go on a yacht, and that just cemented it in right there. But anyway, a lot of this stuff back here is a lot of Joe. It's also a lot of 1/6 scale. If you notice the Soldiers of the World, that's actually a Jeep. A lot of 1/6 scale, but most of everything over here is G.I. Joe, and I do like my vehicles and bad guy stuff. But anyway, that's a lot of that, and a lot of parts to go with vehicles and everything. What we got here? Butch, I think that's Sundance Kid, I believe. But anyway, Terror Drums, the I can't, multi-vector command center. Everyone remembers Blue Thunder. Of course, you only get one pilot, but I kind of actually got 2 pilots in there. Only one I own is the this toy. But anyway, we got to fix, got to find him a home, so he's safe and secure. But anyway, up here is going to be pretty much G.I. Joe figures. I already started. I have a lot of them in cases. Got some SDC ones here. Well, I know that ain't Joe, but that's the story of it. But anyway, we'll go see. We'll look at. Gotta get the dirt off, but. And we got to separate. Got Joe figures. Got, you know, even Bellog. But anyway, stuff like that. We just gotta have to do this real slow at a time. But anyway, I got the major work done. Getting all the totes on in here, and then I'm going to take little shed because it's got mostly action figures, and then we're going to unload it and start putting it on the top here and over through here. And then my larger stuff, I went ahead and put it on the ceiling. I put the Colonial movers there, the livery ship. My War of the Worlds has seen better days. It's just it really needs to be redone. The big X-Wing, the big Falcon, the Queen Amidala ship, and of course the Narcissus. But anyway, that's a quick update of what I've got going on here. I'm actually filling the Ark II, and it should pretty much stay like this. And if you ever see it again, it may have doll houses down the middle, because I do have a garage full of those that I do sell, and I got to have room to work out the garage, and we'll kind of store them out here till we get rid of them. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. Stay tuned for the next exciting episode.